G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a two-shot fixer with 25% faster fire rate and plus 250 damage resistance whilst reloading major and minor legendary effects respectively. Usually the 250 damage resistance whilst reloading is generally regarded as one of the worst legendary effects in the game because it breaks things. This is not the case on a two-shot fire rate fixer. It'll still fire the double projectile per shot and it still retain the fire rate whether you reload this standing up or crouching. And whether the actual 250 damage resistance works after your first reload, I don't really care about. I tend to be stealthy with these types of weapons. Notice the shush tube on the front, so being shot whilst reloading or whacked or hit or punched or bitten shouldn't be too much of a problem if we're stealthy. We've got a nice set of armor to bolster our sneaking. But anyways, two-shot fixer. Holy recoil, Batman, and it's going to be really bad because instead of the stabilized stuff to usually what I do control the recoil, I've gone with a true long barrel and the true stock to tighten up that hipfire accuracy to pick up the slack of whatever two-shot does to our accuracy, and it's pretty bad, but it's going to be interesting firing this thing without the use of VATS because it's going to be bouncing all over the place like a kid on crack on a jumping castle. That's a pretty dark euphemism, but whatever. So this thing is obviously a commando weapon, automatic, so we'll chuck on all of these commando perks to do the most damage. And of course I'm going to be chucking on Bloody Mess in luck. Standard stealth commando setup here. Nerd Rage is kind of acting dormant. Whether we actually get down to a 20% health is going to be entirely dependent on how much I want to take risks or how stealthy I want to be, but 116 is not too bad as a starting point, I suppose. Okay, here we are outside of the Vanilla Coke dispensary, and here is a Scorch thing over there. Weird of me to get detected so quick despite being in Chameleon, but that's okay. So here are my buffs. I've got a bunch of these things on. You see, I don't have my unyielding armor at Nerd Rage, so I don't get a whole bunch of stuff, you know, boosting my special stats, but most of this stuff is AP regeneration stuff, except for one which is +1 agility, which is not too bad anyway. Agility is good for sneaking, but it's all shadowed, all ultralight combat armor, so my AP is actually 289, which is very, very solid. If I were to, you know, fully optimize a suit of, let's say, unyielding combat armor for this build, and I'm kind of tap firing now because you see, it's like a wild, untamed horse. It's a wild stallion. You're playing fucking, what's that cowboy game? Red Dead Redemption, and you gotta tame these horses, but to tame the horse, you gotta control it, and controlling this thing is not going to be easy. You might have to throw a few ropes over this thing to actually make it work. Alrighty, so here we are, getting into Caution whenever because we're wearing Chameleon, which super stacks, by the way. Let me just dry hump this super mutant for a second. Oh, he found me, that's a shame. What about this doggo? Is he going to be as perceptive? Guess not. No, Chameleon doesn't stack, bro. No stealth fields are lapping over each other to give me more. Okay, I didn't mean to turn this into bestiality, but fucking hell. I've had people saying, nah man, Chameleon don't stack, bro. Let me see you do that with full unyielding armor. I know the unyielding benefits are fucking good and everything with the extra agility, but still. So we're at half health now, 202 damage. That's not too bad. We'll move on. Oh, hello, Super Mutant. Look at me. I'm super visible, but now I'm not. Oh, wow, I'm in Caution now. Allow me to get my free 2.5 times multipliers. What is the time? It is, in fact, daytime, so we can't get the 3.75 times, but shouldn't be too much of a hassle. So with two-shot weapons, you're generally kind of held back to a very close quarters setup because obviously, well, look at this recoil. It's not very pleasant to deal with, especially at range, so you're kind of stuck in this very close quarters style with it because honestly, if you're going to attack things at range like this, you'd be hard pressed to actually get all of those shots on, so you kind of have to tap fire at longer ranges, and then coupled with the 25% faster fire rate, it means this is going to be kind of like a shotgun version of a fixer, only you're firing 2 pellets instead of the usual 7 or 8. Oh man, I've missed my Chameleon armor. It allows me to do dumb shit like this. Hello. Just kidding, I'm not here. Haha. See, look how far the brackets are apart already. You're gonna tell me that Chameleon doesn't stack, and I know I've got high agility. Why wouldn't I have a combat build with high agility? Still. You saw how far the brackets are out. That's a problem. I'm going over here now. I don't feel like getting shot by the missile launcher guy again, so let's just inject a little bit of caution into our playstyle, and I don't mean our detection rating. So obviously the mag size here doesn't really lend well to itself in terms of this thing's fire rate. We're going to have to reload this quite a lot, which, you know, it could be said you might want to chuck on ground pounder, which I'm not using that a whole lot now, and with the true barrels and everything, the true barrel in stock, you could make an argument to say, well, that's even better. That's even more hip-fire accuracy, tighter spread, better performance in close quarters with all of the extra mobility of being actually able to move around nicely. But I think there'll be a time where that's gameplay comes in. Hang on, I'm detected again. Let me just slip out of that. Wow! It's a coincidence that Chameleon just allows me to go to fucking invisible at will, isn't it? Chameleon stacks. I can't see any. I'm sorry, I'm kind of roasting this guy, but I was trying to convince him. I was like, hey, look at this. Look at this. This in Fallout 4, this form, look, it adds a stealth field. You get it? You know, I'd imagine that Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 under the hood are very similar. Under the bonnet, actually. I'm not using American colloquialism. But then they said, well, they do things slightly different in Fallout 76, so disregard everything I say, basically. And I was just like, nah, see you later. I'm making sure I'm doing a video on this earlier, because you can't even get this power of sneak with all of the unyielding in the world. Anyways, I was going on about unyielding bits for, like, armor. Obviously, I think light combat armor with unyielding, and perhaps AP regen as a must, because, you know, VATS crit spamming is fucking awesome, and maybe you could get away with harder to detect. That'd be extremely useful, I suppose, but perhaps you don't need it. I think with all of the sneaking agility bonuses that you can get from the unyielding armor itself, just from the prefix, you could probably chuck on something else. That is, if we actually ever able to make our own legendary effects, which I suspect would be when mod support comes in, possibly after Wastelanders, when Bethesda decides to end the life cycle of this game. That's all I'll say, just this game. It's a video game, would you believe? So everything's going pretty well. Even when we do get detected, this thing's kind of just mowing them down with the greatest of ease, because we do have that a little bit of extra damage from the two-shot legendary effect, which is, it's not as good as it once was. If this was like a pre-TSE nerf TS fix, it would be absolutely amazing. You know what, I'm not even going to chase that last one up. He's probably not even legendary anyway. Or it could be this guy and this guy. Yeah, I'm done. Let's move on. For those of you who don't actually know what the fixer does in terms of its improved stealth, it basically adds an extra bit of shadowed armor to you. It's nothing too serious, but helpful in these areas. Now, I've already got shadowed chameleon armor, so that's all going to be stacking in here. Because as far as I know, if you're inside, it's rated as dark, even though there are lights happening. The same thing happened in Gunner's Plaza, although I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm willing to go out on a limb and say yes, that is the case. The game is a little bit weird with this. See, normally I'd get detected here pretty easily, but just kind of been hidden. Step aside, ghoul. Come on, I'm gonna get the rest of you bastards out. Come on, let's see it. Let's get a response. Alright, here they come, and what I'm going to do is just gonna park myself down the hallway here and sort of gun them down as they come around. And normally I'd be saying, hell yeah, the extra damage resistance whilst reloading, fuck off you dog, would be a godsend, because, well, I'm going to be reloading this thing a lot, so it makes a lot of sense, but I honestly don't think it works all that well. Nice old one shot to do it. I kind of reloaded a little bit early there, but my god, just hit the bloody ghoul. But yeah, yeah, the last time they tried to fix that, it kind of fucked everything, so for the greater good, I think Bethesda should just leave it alone. I don't really mind if the 250 legendary effect is broken forever. If we have to wait for mod support, for modders to come around and fix this, just leave it. I don't want another situation where I reload my shotgun and all of my unyielding bonuses are gone, or reload my anything, to be honest. What a horrible bug. How did that even happen? I'm not really sure, but honestly, just leave it, Bethesda. Just leave it alone. It's fine. Anyways, so we're kind of almost done here. We're going to go for a extra long-range shot against that ghoul over there, probably being penalized by our okay, apparently we've had a respawn here. I'm not really sure why the game likes to just chuck even more ghouls in. Just ghoul corpses just piling out a ghoul corpse at this point. But yeah, as you can tell, when you're at range, you can sort of get away, but you have to be aiming down sights to actually get that accuracy, and tap firing is a must because, well, if you don't, this happens. Good luck hitting anything at range with that. Alright, I hear some more tools being spawned in and alerted. Let's go find them. There they are. 1, 2, and 3. Right after I kill that one. Ooh, hang on, I hear a couple more. Yeah, this is why I like the white springs better, because it kind of draws them all out to you. But you kind of have to go looking for the ghouls, at least when you've got a suppressed weapon. But yeah, I wanted to show off the extra sneakiness of the inside, even though these lights are probably casting enough light for me to get detected. Nope. Here they are. Let's finish the last of them off. I mean, coming nice and slow through all of this shit. You can just give them all one shot, take one at a time, and play as slow as you want, and never get hit. Great for ammo efficiency and for stim pack efficiency too. Okay, we're done here. Let's go and kill some crabs. Alright, let's kill some crabs, shall we? You know, 2019's almost over. That took a while. So it's almost going to be the time where everyone starts making 2019 Fallout 76. What the hell happened? And I'll give you the footnotes version. A lot of shit went down, and I'm not happy. And we need mod support, and also Wastelanders. Hell yeah! The Myla Queen is such a big target that the 2-shot inaccuracy and recoil didn't matter. That was quick. Good job, Fixer. My goodness, what lovely weather we're having. Too bad you can't see it. Alright, Scorch Beast. This should be interesting because I've got barely any range potential here. And since they kind of fly around all the time, they make themselves a nuisance to hit with 2-shot weapons. But like I was saying before, just tap fire. They tend to fly down towards you anyway. There's a poorly timed reload there, but okay. Looks like this thing is good enough with AP and general accuracy to get away with that. But I'm hitting torso shots, so, you know, not hitting the maximum damage potential, but still managed to pick up the Scorch Beast kill pretty easily there. Now, the only thing that separates the level 51s and level 81s is just a couple of 100 points of health. So any Scorch Beast is fair game, to be honest. I'm not too worried about if I don't pull a level 80, which I should at this point. They should send the big boys to get me. Anyways, let's target the head and see what kind of damage we can do. Even with concentrated fire giving me 95% chance to hit, this thing still doesn't want to deal, you know, that 100% accuracy that I've come to expect. Now, there's a robot over there, which is annoying. He's being absolutely destroyed by all of the Scorch, and we're able to get a cheeky little sneak crit on him or something, because he went down pretty easily. And now we just have to kill the cronies. Easily done for Gunfu. Very nice. Kill you. Now, are we going to get a level 80 big boy out of here? Yes, we are. Prepare to die. Nice. That's a lot of radiation. My chameleon armor doesn't actually have any radiation resistance on it, so oof. Glad I'm not running a bloodied build at the moment, but I'm kind of about to right now, though. But anyways, there you have it. A 2-shot Firerate Fixer. Did anyone think it was going to be a bad weapon? If you did, then I've proven you wrong. I've proven people wrong about chameleon stacking too, so that's just kind of my job. I am the weapons person here. I know what I'm talking about. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, honestly, you buy this one if you want, or I might just script it. I'm kind of need to grind for script for the Murmur's mystery pick because I'm not exactly at 1,000 across everyone yet. But yeah, if you'd like to see this, you lit me up, give me trades. I'm not really looking for caps or something. Bye.